8 years ago today, I started this series, the 12 Days of Christmas, on my channel. And that day, when I was like, 14, 13 years old, I had no intention, no vision that the series would continue on for so long. I can't believe it. I'm almost done with college now. And when I started the series, I wasn't even in high school yet. So it's monumental. It gets me a little emotional, guys, and I hope you guys are ready for the most epic season yet. I'm really pumped about it. I have it all planned out for the most part. I'm actually recording this the day after Thanksgiving because just due to my college schedule, I have to record at least like 5 of the first days. So the first 5 days of Christmas before I head back, and then I get back for winter break and I'll be able to record the rest. So yeah, that's why this is coming out so soon, and that's why I had to start the suggestion process so early. But enough gobbledygook. We're going to get right into it. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm going to try to hold my tears back because this really is a big moment for me. But anyways, today we will be reviewing the 3 endurance racers that came out in 2021 that were very much so a surprise to us all. We did not think Mattel would continue on this line, especially after Sheldon Shifter. Sheldon Shifter came out in early 2021 and we were like, all right, that's gotta be it. But then these two guys showed up in stores and it's like, guess there's really no end in sight. It's kind of an ongoing thing. I would not be surprised if Mattel did more. But thanks to Sensei, Luminous, and Miguel's Totally Not Boring channel for the suggestions. I really appreciate it. Big shout out to Sensei Luminous because he has been a great member of the Collectors Link over the last couple years, and he's just taking a little break. So hopefully he comes back soon, but he makes great content on his channel. All right. Let's get into it. Day 1, here we go. I kind of started off the series similarly last season when I reviewed the Rocket Racers, and also I believe Sensei Luminous suggested those as well. So yeah, unfortunately though, Rocket Racers have better card art than the Endurance Racers. The Radiator Springs 24-hour Endurance Racers, in which they all have the exact same card art, which is a Lightning McQueen, which looks really good because it actually matches the diecast. But then you just have a normal Jackson Storm up there. It's like I just don't get it. Like, they do that. They make the McQueen look special, but they don't Jackson. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because he's tucked away up there. Who knows? But anyways, they advertise these as having color shift paint jobs. And you can kind of tell just how the light reflects off of it. That he looks a little different. It'll be easier once we get him out of the package. But this is none other than Flipped Over, one of the rarest, if not the rarest, next-gen racers in regular form. Because Flipped Over was only released in that Next-Gen Racers 4-pack 3 years ago. On the back here, you can see some other releases like Jackson Storm and Lightning McQueen, who came out in the first wave. Sheldon Shifter, who came out in the third wave, and then Michael Rotor, who is in the fourth wave here with Flip. The description reads, harder, faster, sleeker. The 24-hour race is on, and these next-gen racers are ready to push themselves to the limits. So pretty cool. Again, I wish they provided some sort of story or a book or anything to go along with these expanded universe lines like the Thomasville ones, Fireball Beach, etc., etc., but they don't. Oh well. Actually, we're going to wait to open him until we go through the rest of these. What am I doing? I'm getting a little too excited. But here's Sheldon Shifter, so same exact deal. On the back of his package, you have Rich Mixon, who they unfortunately name incorrectly as Tim Treadless because they totally look so similar. They share so many of the same colors. Pink and orange, brown look so similar. Anyways, Chase Racelet and JD McPillar. So these guys, well, Tim, quote unquote, Rich Mixon was in the second wave with Ed Trunken, and then these two, and of course McQueen, were in the first wave. All right. And then here's Michael Rotor, who's looking very sparkly. I can't really tell who my favorite's going to be. Like, if I look at these, like, Flipped Over looks really cool. It's like a very dark purple pink. I like that color a lot, but it doesn't really look that way yet. Like, this looks like a very muddled brown, so really gonna have to make the determination once I open them up. Like, these all look so much better, honestly, on the card backs, except for Jackson. Like, he looks so dull, but then he actually has some good sparkle to it. But then obviously Sheldon Shifter looks way brighter on the back of the card. So I don't know, it's hit or miss. I'll be right back with these guys all opened up. So if this is your first time watching the 12 Days of Christmas here on the channel, just to give you a little rundown about how it works and what it's meant to be. It's meant to be like a year in review. That was kind of my original intention back in the day, and that's still how it is. Now, I never actually used to review new cars, as in stuff I hadn't reviewed on the channel before. I actually would review cars I already reviewed as like, all right, this was one of the best ones of the year, so it gets another review. Let's take another look at it. But I think that's a little boring. I think to make it more exciting, we want to go for stuff that I haven't reviewed. Now, this year, I did probably one of the best jobs ever in reviewing just about everything that came out for the most part, just relative to years past. I mean, last year, I did not get around to reviewing the Pixar Fest cars. This year, I did. Last year, I did not get around to reviewing that Radiator Springs 4-pack. This year I did. So there's a few less things that I'm able to include in the 12 Days of Christmas, but we're going to make it work. There's going to be a lot of surprises, and so I hope you guys are ready for that. But yeah, year in review, you guys suggest from that community post on my channel. I gave you guys a bunch of ideas. You guys did a great job. Thanks to everyone who suggested. I'm going to try and give out as many shout outs as possible, but it really just depends on what you suggested, if it was a valid suggestion. If I see you commenting on my videos a lot, if you guys give me a lot of support, you are more likely to get a shout out than somebody who doesn't, who only popped in to suggest. And also, it depends on how politely you ask. Some people were literally just like, they literally just stated exactly what they wanted with zero other words, and it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, though, let's get into the review. We're going to start by showing where these racers appeared in the movie, just so you get an idea of how they look normally. There is Sheldon Shifter, the Sputter Stop Next Gen. Here is Flipped Over, the Intersection Next Gen. And last but not least is Michael Rotor, the Vusey Next Gen, who right now might be my favorite because he is very sparkly. We're going to start with Sheldon Shifter, though, because I anticipated him being my least favorite of the three here. And he looks like he has a really nice feel to him. Like, all of them have a really nice texture. And what I mean by that is that you can like feel the decals a little bit. And sometimes you could even feel like the sparkle. I know I could feel it on some of them. Like with Ed Trunken, you could definitely feel like a little grain in his paint job. With Sheldon here, he's actually very smooth, and so I can only feel like the decals. But it's interesting, you know, he's got a really nice feel to him, and that's important. Now, looking at him right now, he's kind of got like a yellowish gold finish to him. Like, that's how the light is kind of portraying him right now, and it looks pretty nice. What I'm seeing in my eyes is more of a brown. So what you guys are seeing is a little different from what I'm seeing in real time here. But he looks really good. Now, comparing him to his normal version, we're going to see a few differences in the decals here. So obviously we still have the cold engine relief Sputter Stop logo there on the hood, but we only have one little parallelogram. These two had been expunged. He has the same exact expression, but now this is a Chinese release, so obviously the Vietnam, right? This is Vietnam, yep. The Vietnam version is going to look a little different in terms of like eyes and whatnot. He still has the vents in the same exact spots. Bam, 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 bam. A lot of the endurance racers have white rims, which I really like. It provides a nice contrast, like on Ed Trunken, I like it. Of course, Sheldon has them, Flip has them, Chase Racelet has them, and McQueen has them as well, but his are obviously a little different. They're the World Grand Prix rims. Oops, sorry for moving the camera there. Now, Vietnam did a really nice job with the contingency sponsors here. As you can see, they look pretty clear. Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. And then you have Sputter Stop 92 there again. You have similar shapes, but they cut out a few again. You have like the little white one down there and the one that runs across the bottom. You have the white arrow to indicate to the pit crew where to lift them up at to change the tires. You have the exhaust pipes, which are indented, like you could feel them. They are not just painted on. Gas cap. Again, a little abbreviation of the parallelograms. It's weird that they remove so many. So you have 92 on the roof there, roof flaps. Here's where a new decal comes in. So you have the stopwatch logo with the arrow. So that's just like the RS 24-hour official logo. And then you have like the text for it. So that replaced a Sputter Stop logo. And now there are no white flares on the spoilers. It's all just that lighter turquoise color. Now, he obviously doesn't have the yellow rookie racing stripes anymore because he's not a rookie. This race takes place after Cars 3, probably several years after. So all of these racers who once were rookies in Cars 3 are no longer rookies. So they don't need those yellow stripes. He's got the same exact decals on the back, though, aside from that. And there is your base. And this side is the exact same for the most part. Just flipped. Cool. So yeah, looks pretty good. I like when he looks gold like that, like right there. That's a pretty cool angle. But most of the time he's going to look a little bit browner. Moving on to flipped over, you can see there I almost went for Michael Rotor, but I want to go with Flip here. So Flip, again, has the same exact expression as his Chinese release from 3 years ago. He has the exact same logo there, that heart logo that intersects. Very nicely done, Pixar. I love that logo. Same vents, same grill, all that good stuff. But he just really has this like muddy color. Like it's hard to get him to look like right there. I'm kind of shadowing it so you can kind of see the pink right there. See how it kind of turns pink? Again, his main color is going to be very similar to Sheldon's, which is a muddy brown almost. But gotta hand it to Vietnam for making those contingency sponsors look nice and clean. That white on the darker background always is a good choice. And there you have the kind of intersecting roads, 0, 0. Exhaust pipes, those ones really blend together. Look, there's no like divider. That's a little weird. See how in Sheldon there was like that line in between them. And same right there. This one's just all one piece. Wow. You have the gas cap. So unlike Sheldon, they kept the exact same decals for Flip. Like they didn't remove that or that. They didn't remove anything. Obviously, though, the spoiler is different. So you have the RS 24-hour endurance logo instead of intersection. And I like the spoiler. Like it's a nice kind of like purple almost. Same type of deal here on the back. Yeah, decals look really good. I feel like this guy should have been like my favorite endurance racer, but I just am not a fan of how his color is shifting. Like as we kind of move him around here, I just wish he was a more vibrant pink. But again, he kind of has like that bronzish yellow look almost. Like a very similar color to Sheldon. Alright. Moving on to Michael Rotor, who I have now deemed my favorite out of these three at least. He is just so sparkly. I mean, you could see him here. He looks phenomenal. Look at that. I'm just staring into like space. It's almost like the universe with an exploding nebula in there. Like, wow, it's just gorgeous. Anywho, let's pull up the Chinese Michael Rotor here. Again, same exact expressions. They did remove the VZ logo from the hood, but you kept the text and like the yellow, whatever you want to call that, crown almost, the yellow arcs. Vents looking the same. He has black rims now instead of black rims with silver trim. Great job again on the contingency sponsors. They look better than on the Chinese version because that dark blue on the lighter blue doesn't stand out as well. And they kept all the same decals here. So you have the gas cap, VZ39, arrow. You have the stripe and the 39 on the roof there, roof flaps, window bars. They did get rid of like this decal, whatever you want to call that, like the scales. That is not on the endurance version, which I'm okay with. I'm not really a big fan of like whatever's going on here up the sides of him along the windows. Like, it's not the best or cleanest decal in the world. Yellow spoiler that now has the Endurance Racer logo, if we could focus. This sounds like a really cool concept, like the Radiator Springs 24-hour endurance race. You know, you get this reflective paint so you can stay lit up at night. I mean, I assume that's what it's for, right? Because you're supposed to be racing for 24 hours straight. It's almost like the Wings Around the Globe, where you're kind of going for a long time, and then you stay in town and you sleep overnight. Similar to that, but I wish they provided some stories so we knew concretely what this is all about. But anyways, those are the endurance racers of 2021. We're gonna pull up the entire squad of endurance racers now, and I will tell you guys my favorites. So look at, there are your two pink ones. They are the exact same color, and they really should not look like that. They should probably look a little bit more vibrant. Let's get Ed Trunken up in here. No, Chase Racer, you gotta go in the back. McQueen has to go in the front here. There you go. Jackson Storm, you definitely have to go in the back, although you're actually not that bad looking. And JD McPillar. So who is my favorite? I like McQueen a lot because he actually got like entirely revamped decals, whereas everyone else is the same except for the spoiler. But I like probably Ed Trunken the most, just because I think he's got a really nice purple. I mean, right there, he just looks gorgeous, and the white rims sell him for me. Not a big fan of Flipped Over or Sheldon though, so that's unfortunate. But we'll pull them up since they were the main focus of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas. Since I didn't say it early, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. This series, you know, is supposed to just be like a little fun holiday year in review for any Disney Cars fans. So I hope everyone can enjoy it, and stay tuned tomorrow for day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. Leave your guesses for what it could be in the comments below. I'll see you guys then. Bye now.